So, story time! So this weekend, Whitney and I were getting ready for the chili cook-off. I was making a trophy, and I had this penguin. I was drilling a half-inch core into the penguin's butt so I can glue it onto the concrete
into the
for
base
our
of the penguin.
Thank you, base. Yeah. Anyway, so I was holding it like this, and as I was drilling with this 2-inch core, I said, maybe I should put this in a vaha! And I drilled a half-inch diameter hole into my hand. So I called up Whitney. I was like, hey.
Broke the penguin.
No, I said, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
How are the kids?
He said, by the way.
By the way.
Broke the penguin.
Broke the penguin.
Drilled a hole in my hand.
Drilled a hole in my hand.
I said, do I need to come down? He said, yes.
Probably.
Yes, you do.
Probably have to go get something done.
So I gathered up the children, came down to rescue Daddy.
You know, it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
That's true.
Didn't bleed a lot.
Didn't
We were able to clean it up. Called Whitney's sister, who's a PA.
Yep.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thanks, Taylor.
High five. This week we're focusing on fast track pavements.
Right.
And that's where I really made a name for myself at the first major concrete materials company that I worked with. That was Lafarge North America, where I took a concept that was created in France with a certain amount of admixtures, a certain type, I should say, of admixtures and
Cocktail,
dosages.
if you will.
A Tom Cruise cocktail and dreams.
Why Tom Cruise cocktail? I always wondered why you said that.
You've never seen the movie Cocktail?
No.
It's a Tom Cruise movie with Elizabeth Shue.
You like Elizabeth Shue.
I love Elizabeth.
You like
Shue.
those blondes.
Yeah. So, a cocktail of a mix that I designed to give you an hour and a half of workability, and then anywhere between 2 and 6 hours from that, you've got or strength enough for traffic to roll over that section. So, fast track pavement would be able to compete with asphalt, but have the durability and service life of concrete. And I was really good at designing it with a very specific set of admixtures that when I left the company, I was no longer privy to.
Right.
So we've got to design this fast track pavement.
Right.
It's got to get 2,500 PSI, 4 to 6 hours from when it was placed, and we're using brand new chemicals.
Right.
And we told them, when could we get it done? Month?
Yeah.
Month and a half. We're only doing 4 to 6 hour breaks. Like, we don't need that much time. We already know how to do this. The first few mixes, I was actually looking at the data today. Iteration 2 got 250 PSI.
Oh dear.
6 hours from water touch cement.
That's bad.
You should have seen the temperature hydration curve, like, didn't even take off, like, until 8 hours.
Wow.
Like, really take off.
Wow.
So, you know, it was one of those things where, I don't want to say open mouth, insert foot. See, I don't want to say it. You're ready to...
I'm not saying it. Although, let's call a spade here. I love you. You love to do that. And he can deliver, but it's just a little stressful sometimes. Like...
So we were living in the house. Just moved here.
Yes.
Lab is still being built. So
Yes.
the lab is in the garage. We got to set it up all nice, environmentally controlled, really pretty. And Whitney's pregnant. Okay, so had Jess, brand new baby.
Brand new baby.
So my #1 technician was out.
Right.
So I had to run, wear both of those hats.
Right.
And now the chemicals aren't working. When I say that, 10 times the amount of strength that I'm missing?
Right.
And you can't just pull strength.
Yeah, I know.
So, in the midst of my, people wonder why Whitney and I work so well together. We balance each other out. I'm very good in crisis mode when it comes to protecting my family. But sometimes my brain takes off like a freight train, and Whitney's the one who kind of makes sense out of my, So, in the midst of my going a little bit crazy,
Right.
Whitney brought it back to the basics. That's where we weren't using the Dolaire experimentation model.
Right.
I knew the dosages based on the chemicals that I used to work with,
Right.
so they should work. Instead of bringing it back to its basics,
Starting, right.
starting from the beginning, working with the individual chemicals.
Don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of the kitchen sink,
Totally.
but you have to do some tinkering to get an idea of what you're working with first, especially when it's a new set of chemicals.
Is it tinkering or is it the background research that's warranted?
Well, either one. Okay, more scientifically speaking.
Tinkering.
Background research.
If you only saw what really happened behind the scenes.
Sometimes an eye roll is warranted.
We're gonna create a deleted scenes YouTube video. All the eye rolls that Whitney did. As we digress.
As we digress.
So,
As we regress. Right? No one else thinks I'm funny.
I think you're hilarious.
You know,
Are you crying?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Hey, I listen to jokes from 7 and 4-year-olds, so I think I'm
You are.
pretty
You
funny.
are. No, you totally are. So the whole point of that was what we learned from that is that we work best. Dad asked us, said this to us, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
We work best
As a team.
as a team where we
Right.
get to play off of each other.
Right.
And it didn't shine so brightly as it did with that project. Because I had the idea,
Right.
but I was going too fast to see the formula, to see what I needed to do with that formula. And once Whitney slowed me down asking the right questions,
Right.
I mean, it took us 18 iterations, but saying we were doing 4 iterations a day, that's a little bit less than 5 days. We'd already done 2
Right. iterations.
One we got 150, the other one we got 250. We needed 2,500,
Right.
so then we had 16 more iterations. That was 4 days
Right.
with the semi-adiabatic temperature curves. So, yeah, that was a great lesson for me.
Yeah, we got it figured out. And yeah, definitely the teamwork concept. I totally agree with it. John's really scientific, and I've got a science background as well, but I think sometimes when you have that high level of education, you get so focused sometimes by all of these details that, like you said, remembering to kind of come back to the basics. You can start with the kitchen sink if you want, but if it's not working, I would say go back to the basics. Never forget your roots and the basics and the background research that you have to do, especially if you're dealing with a new set of things. I mean, if you're familiar with your chemicals and your materials, you do what you know.
Just go with that kitchen sink.
Yeah, go with it.
Do you?
Do you? No.
Do
but,
you?
Hey, there's plenty of things that you can come in the lab and just hit it out of the ballpark on the first one or 2.
We just did it today.
Right. Well, but
That
then,
was a sweet looking mix,
It
by
was.
the way.
But then there's other times when it's a new set
Back to
of
the basics.
things, and you've got to dial it back and get comfortable and familiar with what you're working with.
So, totally
So,
agree.
Right.
Well, thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed story time and you learned something from it.
Right.
Throw some comments or questions below. Let us know about your interactions with your wonderful, beautiful spouse,
Who tells mom jokes? Hopefully you got a chuckle today.
and who is very patient with you, especially when you're going a little crazy over a project. Thank you.
We both do that for each other. So
And don't hold something in your hand while you're using a drill.
correct.
Bad idea. Go concrete!
Beat asphalt.